Hey everyone, it's Ross from Mythic Mountains Tabletop Club. The following is an actual play of the excellent Shadowdark dungeon, the Gloom beneath Stonefell Keep. It's just a good old-fashioned dungeon crawl. I'll include a link to the adventure module in the description, and you can get it for free on itch.io. Like, subscribe, and share. Enjoy. Welcome, everyone, to the Shadowdark. Rumors of necromancy, demonic pacts tarnish the folktales in the frozen north of the 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖆, the underelves, the dwarves. In defiance, the dwarven clans that ostracized him, the great dwerg lord constructed a small but sturdy keep overlooking a forest, claimed to be a doorway into Alfheim. The clan dwelled there for centuries, they say, growing more isolated and, they say, depraved as time went on. Legend has it that one night during a black moon, the keep was all but leveled by elves and dragonfire. What remains of the shattered fortress is shrouded in secrets and ash. That was in an age of myth. Who now dares enter the cursed Stonefell crypts? The locals of Selashund know better. But you do not. You, a sellsword, seeker of magical secrets, a zealot of your gods. You do not. And you have come here seeking its treasures and powers, and you know the way, and you know someone that knows a way in. So, you gather the Einar the 15th of Darkentide in the Isles of the Midnight Sun in the lands of the old gods, currently under the rule of King Alfric. And here at a tavern near the ruins, within eyesight, in the falling snows, you sit with Saramir, and he is a robed. He looks like a vagrant, like a madman. A beard, scraggly hair, and a tattered robe. But you have come here to meet with him because you have an arrangement. He has a orb of scrying and also 25 gold, which, as you know, is about half what you need for your next level, and a tremendous amount of treasure. And he proves it. And he says that if you can obtain for him a book called The Grudge, located somewhere in the crypt, he will give you this orb. And as proof of this, takes out an orb, uncovers it, and you see an iridescent, misty, swirling, looks like a glass bowl. And he says, "Try and ask it one question." You could ask one question to see if you can find something out about where you're going. He knows the way. What would you ask it?
Is it too obvious to ask where the grudge is?
He chuckles. Is that your question?
Do we want that to be our question, or do we want it to be something more actionable, like the safety of the entrance that we're going to go in through.
We could do that.
How well guarded is the entrance?
Is that your question?
Specifically the one we're going to go through. If everyone agrees, sure.
Yeah, I think that's a sensible one to go with.
All right. So you proffer this question, and the orb swirls and coalesces into the shape of an image, and you see stonework, ruins, and you see a desolate blowing wind and a light snow in the sun. You know that this is literally just outside the window. But more so, to your question, you see the image clarify. It coalesces into a guardhouse from whence there is a beam of sunlight that cracks into a portion of the ceiling that has fallen in. There, behind a locked door, a set of stairs going down, and no guards. But at the bottom, you can see, so you see stairs going down in the dark, and then in the ceiling, there is a long insectoid leg that comes out from the ceiling, and it scrapes across and disappears. You see something in the ceiling beneath. And then it mists over again and becomes iridescent and then cloudy. And then he covers it and he says, "It's yours if you bring me the book."
Would I have said that was a spidery type leg?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Except
That's what it sounded like, but
4 feet long.
But yeah.
So, as a former hunter, would I have been able to identify it from just a leg, or was that too much?
It was definitely a spider of unusually large size that would be deadly. There's no doubt in your mind. Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to ask how far it is from us, if we can see it.
You can see it yonder outside the window in the light blowing snow, the ruins.
Well, I suppose we should hie thee hence. Hie we hence.
You gather your things, sheathe your weapons, and leave into the gentle blowing snow outside. The midnight sun, the never-ending twilight of the far north isles, hangs on the horizon. Old, but still in many places colossal stonework looms over the nearby village. Between the rocky silos and buildings, it is cramped, and it's daytime outside. You can see evidence where the stone has been molted into slag in the distant past. The stone walls are crumbled in places and demolished and covered in moss and lichen. From where you are, you can see a break in the wall. The wall continues to the edge of what was this keep either side. You can see into the break in the wall a large stone on a small hillock and a little outbuilding nearby, and two other little guard buildings. What do you do? I pick you, Michael.
I say we head at least straight in, maybe head out, check out the that guard room to the right of us.
You do that. You go into the guard room. This is obviously the guard room you saw in the orb. On the wall here, you can see that the wall is nearly debris and fallen in places, dark behind.
Any sort of like looks like maybe like a trap door or anything seems to be on the floor or anything.
Sorry. Yeah, there's a table and 2 stools. They're kind of nearly falling apart, moldy in the corner. And yeah, and otherwise there's this this pile of debris, and beside the debris and behind it, darkness.
You want to head down that way?
I'm going to light one of my torches and kind of throw it as far into the darkness as I can.
Okay. It clatters beyond, and you think you hear it begin to clatter down a series of long steps.
Oh.
So I take it as it flies along. Do we see anything? Or is it just like a corridor?
Ah, you go up to the darkness and throw it in there?
Oh, yeah. So
Ah.
I'll stand like an arm's length or a bit more
Yeah.
away and throw it in there.
Yeah, okay. Well, in that case, when you hold the torch, it's clear. Beyond here, there are the remains of what was a threshold and a passageway, and in fact, you can see the stairs going down. It goes beyond the edge of the limit of the torchlight.
But it does seem to be like a stairway. It
Yes.
is the stairway that was recognized. All
Yeah, that's right.
right. Okay. Do we all want to head down? Or do you want to search
Yeah.
around for possibly a different path to maybe stay away from that spider that we know that's there?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good option.
Okay.
Explore a little bit?
options.
All right.
Okay.
Going back out into the courtyard, do you go up to this outbuilding here?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You make it up to this outbuilding. You see more slagged stone, blackened at some point in the past. The wall on its north, utterly disintegrated and shattered as if by a mighty explosion. There is nothing else of interest here. 2 rounds have passed.
Was there another building in the, I guess,
Yeah,
the southwest?
Yeah, do you want to go look at it?
Yeah, let's go look.
Yeah.
Look over there.
Okay, you go and look in that building, and the same thing. It looks like this, at some point in the past, could have been the base of a guard tower. It may have even had multiple levels. If it did, those levels have been destroyed and removed from its top.
Okay, but
But
only
no
one way down.
visible sort of other holes or anything that would be similar to the other guard room?
I'm sorry. You do see one thing here. As you look around in the corner, you see the remains of a campfire. It is long cold. But, let's see. You got a hunter here. What's your character's name? It is... oh, weird. Did I not update that? It is Jurdis.
Jurdis, yeah. I can't even find it on my thing anymore.
So, Jurdis, you would know that this campfire had to have been set, though, within the past week. Maybe sooner.
Okay, so there's someone else or the remains of
Potentially here.
someone else.
Or was somebody else?
Or was somebody here? Yeah.
There's nothing else of interest in here. There is the granite monolith that sits on the hillock. Otherwise, merely walls that have been shattered.
I guess
You guys
let's
are
go poke a spider.
All right. Let's do that.
All right. In that case, I will not have the third round pass. You head down into the stairs.
Do we recognize this from the vision
Yes, it
and
looks
where the spider would have been?
Yeah, it looks exactly like that as you begin to head down the stairs. But first, actually, before you do that, it's dark in here. Anyone have a light sword?
Well, I had my torch, which I might as well have left lit.
Could you please start a 1 hour timer?
Yes.
I got you.
Thank you. All right. Yes, this looks exactly like what you saw in the vision from the orb. As kind of describe what it looks like in here. It is cramped. In some places, 5 feet across, no more than 6 feet high. You can feel the stone just almost like coming down on you. You will not be able to fight side by side in these corridors. Maybe 2 of you in some places. There are areas that appear finished with flagstone, and then there are sections that are rough hewn that you see at the torch's edge of its light. And moss clings, maybe even mold. It looks like in your torchlight as you come down and the rocks have given way to the winter air from up above. Motes of mold and stale air float in the light of your torch. It is otherwise completely dark and quiet here. You hear the winds of winter behind you. And yes, down at the bottom of the stairs, the ceiling, it looks like that is where the leg came from. And you can see a door there. In the vision, the door was cracked open.
But now the door is shut.
And now the door is shut.
I'm going to say that if we approach the door, I'm pretty handy with a spear. Perhaps as we crack the door open, the spider will appear if we're prepared and ready for it, and get a shot off before it
If we're lucky.
drops on us. Or yeah,
I'd prefer to use a bow, but I think these corridors are a bit too tight for that.
Would suggest possibly that since the spider seems to be coming from that door and the door is shut, while there might be something good behind the door, the fact that the spider is behind a closed door and we are in tight quarters, our best
Safer
option might
behind the
be
door.
to just run by the door.
1 round has passed.
Yeah, I mean, we can always come back to kill a spider.
I guess so.
Very well. You go to the edge of your torchlight. I'll describe some of the things that you can see. First, you can see that it continues on this corridor into the darkness. But also, to the right, there is a hall with stone pillars here. You can see alcoves in the hall. There are obvious recent footprints in the dust of the floor, Jairus.
Are these 10-foot squares or 5-foot squares?
Should be accurate. I think they're 10 feet. It's like
10 feet? Okay.
No, they're 5 feet. I'm wrong.
All right. So that really is pretty tight.
Yeah, it kind of goes 5 feet, 30 feet, edge of light. That's kind of the 3 distances, yeah. Or actually beyond edge of light. Okay. 2 rounds have passed.
I guess we
Do we
keep
wanna-
sneaking.
Want to
sneaking
follow the
around.
footsteps? See if we can
Probably a
find
good
some.
idea if they're kind of fresh.
Okay. Entering into this chamber, you see a dusty hall. It's about 15 by 25 feet wide and 10 feet high in its highest arched place. It's supported by 2 crumbling pillars in the center, and there are 9 alcoves that line the walls. There's a wooden door that stands half open in the northeast corner.
Did the footsteps go to that door? Or can we not see them?
So something happens. The footprints go about halfway in the room, and then suddenly they're chaotic. Some of them go to nearby alcoves where you can see caskets. Others do seem to go to the far wall, some to the south wall, and some to the door. And it looks chaotic.
So I
Can go-
suspect something is not resting well in this place. And if we disturb it, we might become the next victims.
Is there any sign of like battle here with like blood or anything on
No,
anything?
no.
No. Might suggest that what the people that are here are also looking for something, potentially even the book.
It's the chaotic part that's troubling. I mean, we could walk around and do an orderly search of things. They didn't. They just went in all different directions, it seems like.
Mhm.
So when you say chaotic, is it like people walking in random directions, or like scuffs and scrapes, like someone's been dragged or pushed?
No, nothing like scuffs or scrapes or anything. No blood. Nothing looks like, except that in a couple places the caskets have obviously been dragged, and 2 of the caskets are partially open. One of the lids sits halfway off one of the caskets, and another one has been slid to the side, and you can see where the caskets have been dragged on the floor where they've been moved. But apart from that, no. It just looks like people have walked around. Another round has passed.
Can we go up to one of the caskets and see if, guess what's kind of inside? Maybe see if somebody's taken anything.
You
out of
mean
them?
one of the ones that has footprints that it's partially
Yeah.
open? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk up to one of those caskets nearby, the one that has had the lid taken off. You look into it, and sure enough, it is utterly empty.
Interesting.
Maybe just
Is
a
it-
treasure haul then. They rob the dead.
Yeah. Interesting if you would rob the dead, that the body would be gone. Is
Yeah,
there
that
any
is a
sort
good
of
point.
sign that there was like a body in there?
Yeah, it looks like this was designed to have a body in it, but they are indeed empty.
Interesting.
Should we try and open one?
Yeah. Open. Are there any that are not open yet?
3 of the alcoves have caskets that are clearly not opened. They are nailed
Go to
shut.
one. Yeah. Let's go to one that's.
Better try them.
All right. Does somebody have like a crowbar or a hammer? There's no hammers in this game, or something that would serve as a crowbar.
I don't think
Pry.
I do. I do not.
All right. This will just be for a round. Who's the strong one? Any +3 strength?
I
Plus
mean,
2?
my guy's pretty strong. It's not his
All right. Let's do it.
forte.
Roll a strength check. This is just to see if you can do it quietly and
There we go.
quickly, and you
18
do.
plus 20.
It pops, and you see Jurdis just quietly and quickly pop the old ancient nails off this thing. They clatter onto the floor, and inside you find. Well, first of all, let me describe the casket. You find a. This is made of solid silver. It is beautifully made, in fact, and it's what am I trying to say? Inlaid, like it has patterns on the silver, and
The casket is solid metal. It's solid silver.
yes,
Wow.
Good lord.
I'm almost rich.
I feel like if we just the three of us, and you just pick it up and
Yeah,
take it
let's
out
just
of
go
here and
back
call it
home
a day.
Yeah, it's probably worth, 3 or 4 gold pieces, probably. It would take all of you to get it out of here. You could do that. How do the game conventions work tonight? If at any point you, perhaps wisely, choose to leave, that will end the adventure for the night. So,
That's fair.
let's see here. You find a bunch of weapons inside that are perfectly maintained. In fact, these weapons are of outstanding quality. They're obviously not magical. Do any of you speak Dwarven? I think someone does.
Where did I put?
Nope, I speak Sylvan.
I thought someone
Goblin.
did. Okay, well then,
Nope.
these are just beautifully well-made weapons. Let's see here. There's a crossbow with a bunch of bolts. There's a longbow with a bunch of arrows. There is a a dagger and a beautiful warhammer covered in runes. None of it's magical. Very obvious to you.
Anything worthwhile pick up for everybody else? I mean, I wouldn't mind a crossbow or a longbow because I don't have much distance stuff. If I can even use it, that's the other one.
A round
I
has
have a-
passed.
I have a longbow, but this one looks way fancier, so I'm tempted to swap it out.
Yeah, I'd take a crossbow. How many slots is a crossbow though? Does anybody know?
I'm going to say it's 2. One for the crossbow,
it's-
one for the
Yeah,
For
but
the
my
bolts.
yeah.
my longbow came up the same way. 1 slot, and then 1 slot for 20 arrows.
All right. Do you all want to explore the other caskets, or do you want to go to another room?
I guess let's check out these caskets because we might want to grab as much as we can on the way back out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got me on that first one.
The next casket that you go to that is unopened is carved stone. And it also has symbols and runes carved into the stone in it. Inside is a corpse, smaller than a human and wider. And on the corpse are 10 silver pieces worth of jewelry, rings on the bony hands, and a silver necklace. And then
I guess I'll
go
I'll
ahead.
pick those up if you don't mind. Yeah.
All right. And then the last one that you go to, another round passed for that, is a simple pine box. And in the pine box is a corpse, similar to the last one, but with finer robes and multiple layers. He is missing a head. And he has on him something of interest. It is glowing.
I'm just foolish enough to reach out and pick up a glowing random mystery thing.
It's a scroll case. You pick it up.
Oh. I don't actually. Yeah.
It glows with a faint 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖗. It's branded on leather. And let's see what it does. I don't know if anyone can use it. But the seer, I'm going to say the seer can do it. So You actually have also 2 hirelings with you. So you got a magic user, a wizard, and a priest. So in fact, actually, the wizard can look at this and he says, "This is a magic scroll of illusion."
Oh. Is it though?
Well, I reckon what we can't carry with us, we stash in the silver casket and press on for what we're looking for.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm also going to swap out my plain longsword for the fancy warhammer in there.
Another round has passed. You have a door here, and you have the entrance you came in. There do not appear to be any other entrances or exits.
You said this door was open?
It is partially cracked open. That's right.
Can I see into it?
Sure. Let's see. When you look, I assume you take the torch and
Yeah.
bring it up to the crack. You can see a short hallway with other short alcoves. They appear to be empty and unfinished. And then stairs in rough-hewn earth going down further into the darkness.
I would suggest we check out the other corridor, make sure we've got a safe exit before we venture too much further downwards.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, we'll do that.
Give me a second as you hear something. You hear... it sounds like rattling, clanking things against the stone. Clack, 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 clack. In the dark, further ahead. And this happens around the time you're taking the torch, and this is in the darkness. It's further off in the darkness, beyond your torchlight, down the stairs. And then you hear 2 loud, high-pitched squeals, inhuman ones, like really loud, high-pitched squeals that echo in the dark, and then like a crunching, squishing noise, and then gurgling and more screeching, and then click, 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 and then the clicking goes away. I'm sorry, and now I'm sorry. I had to figure that out. What did you say? I missed that part. Talion.
About what to do next. I
Yes.
was just suggesting we don't go down the stairs. We come back this way and check out that other corridor.
All right.
And I will say, based on what we just heard, that's a good idea.
You do that. You make it back to this other corridor, and it's a 4-way intersection. In the 4-way intersection, you can see that there's there's a door here, a further corridor, basically 2 corridors that go into other chambers at the edge of your light. Jeff, which way do you think you should go?
I would like to come back to our left and south, just to sort of see what's behind us along that.
Okay.
I see. Interesting.
This curves around and ends at another door, and then there's a door here. All of these doors are made primarily of stone. Hey, Edward.
I am so
Edward.
Oh, it's fine. It's no big deal. Hop on in.
I thought it started at 7, and
Nah, it's
was-
no big deal. I know, because
I
our
was-
Dolmenwood game. No big deal.
Right.
No sweat. All right. Are you going to use your priest or your wizard?
the wizard.
Ah, I have them in Foundry as well. Let's see here. So that is Torden.
Torden. Yes, I think.
And we haven't managed to get either of them killed yet.
Oh, excellent.
I don't have ownership set to any of these things. No one probably could have seen their tokens. Awesome, though. We haven't had to look at any. But we'll still.
Oh, I
give them
can
to
go
you.
with the priest if that's better for
No.
everybody.
No, I just noticed I hadn't made it to where anybody could see anything. No big deal. All right, here you go. You should be able to see your tokens, but you can also use hard copy. So you just came to the end of this this corridor, and there's these two doors. Talion, what do you think?
Yeah, good adventurers always go left, so let's go. Yeah.
You said they always go left, so go right? Is that? All right, yeah, left. All right. Okay. You come to a door. What do you want to do?
I'm going to listen at the door for a few minutes.
All right. That is going to take a wisdom check. However, you were a hunter, and I believe that this would be done with luck. You listen carefully for a while. Everyone guards behind you, remains silent. And then you hear a wet slapping sound as something gathers and stretches and then slaps wetly against the ground. And then you hear sliding against stone, and then quiet.
We want to try to slowly open the door and investigate. I don't know. This
we could
sounds like
sort of
something
try
big behind the door.
we need light to actually work out what it is. So if we open it and it's hostile, we're gonna have to deal with it.
Who's got torches lit?
I've got a bunch.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one lit, but I have
The one lit, yeah.
I can cast light on the end of somebody's weapon, if that's useful.
You want to cast light? Can we cast light on the arrow and you just shoot one in there and see what happens? Get to the other side of the room.
Give it a try if you want.
You can do that.
Who opens the door?
I'll open the door, and then I guess Talion. What, you have the bow? I don't have a bow.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll hold out a
round
arrow.
has passed. Now, Tal, you open the door. This is a small chamber. You think you can see everything inside. Just as you open the door, just what you see in front of you, you see a stone altar. It is dedicated to some sort of obviously evil god. Inhuman symbols are drawn and carved across it. There is a ornate silver chalice inlaid with gems. This thing is more than even Saramir offered as his total gold, you think. I mean, this thing is full of jewels. I think like 30 gold pieces. And it's on the altar. The floor here is wet and slick. There is a small figure like one of the ones that you saw in the casket, a smaller humanoid. And it's obvious that he recently died. Portions of his flesh remain, part of his face in a look of shock and horror. And then the other part of his face and other part of his body, it looks like has been melted off. Half of his armor is gone, his skeleton and meat exposed.
Well, those sounds came from somewhere.
Yeah. Is there any obvious? Yeah, I was thinking any obvious like holes, crevices, anything above us, below us that would suggest? Yes, that would suggest that.
You look above.
Something got him. Yeah, look up.
It's dark. You look inside.
Yeah.
Okay. With you have Jaredus's torch. take it and look inside up above?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Roll a dexterity check.
See if this is the way to do it.
Good thing I'm gritty.
No, I'm sorry. This is just for
Just for me.
Yeah, that's for Talez, because you said you took the torch and
Okay.
you hold it up. Okay, so what was your...
That's going to be a 12. It's a +2. Sorry, I don't know how to add the pluses on here, but it's I have a +2 in Dex, so it's a 12.
12. Okay. That is enough as something plops and drips down from the ceiling, and it splashes on the floor, and you hold the torch back in time as this thing plops down in front of you all. Look at its movement here. Yeah, I can do that, so... what's it called? It's called one of these. What you see drop down in front of you, just like, and it fills up like all around the entrance of this door is this this amorphous thing of just nebulous gray matter, and it starts sliding for you, and it raises up like a pod or an appendage of itself, and it reaches toward Talez, who just dodged backwards. Okay, you are able to act next. What do you do?
You said there is an altar in the back of the room. Is there enough? Well, try something crazy. Is there enough room or enough height? I don't know how tall this thing is. That if I were to get on top of the altar, can I jump over it to get past it, or is it clearly blocking the door?
Well, the altar's on the opposite end of the room. I love the idea, but what's your goal, though? What's your intention? What are you trying to do?
Well, I guess I thought the altar was on the far side, and this thing dropped in front of the door to block our exit, correct?
No. So, like, you guys could just run. It's not blocking your exit.
Oh, okay. Then would I be able to quickly grab the chalice and then run out the door?
It's on the other side. So the chalice is inside the room. So there you would need to leap over it.
Gotcha.
Simple
Okay,
matter.
so it's in between us and the chalice. Gotcha.
I tried to draw it, but like for some reason this thing picked a really dark, tiny little line for some reason. Here you go. This chalice is in the dark, on the far end of the room on the altar.
Gotcha. While the chalice looks great, I'm not here to die over a cup.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn around and go back out the way
Pull
we
that
came.
door closed.
You
Yeah.
close the door? Okay. You close the door, and in short order, the edges of the door, this matter starts to seep through the edges and under the threshold and through the lock as it starts trying to make its way out, and the door begins to shudder.
I say we run down the hallway.
Or do we want to wave? Does waving the torch at it, does it withdraw from the fire back through the cracks from which it came?
You're able to buy a little bit of time if you try to do that. You think you hear a faint squealing and popping noise as you swing the torch around. Now, I'm sorry, do you do that?
I was just asking.
Yeah, you were just asking.
Whoever
sorry.
had the torch, and
Yeah, and of course, Talion, you get the torch back.
Okay,
Is
so-
that something you all want to do?
Yeah, so I'll wave the torch at it. If it just seems to slow it down a bit, I'm also going to take my warhammer and just whack it again, like to start beating on it as it comes through the cracks.
All right. Let's see here. going to give it a chance to do one thing. Oh, actually, it's really good. Nice, it fails. You love to see it. This works. You crack its tendrils and it squeals and pops as it responds to the fire and recedes back into the door from whence it came. You can still feel the door bulging as this thing tries to erupt from the room where you've closed the door. Presumably you've closed it and wedged something in the door or something. And anyways, what do you all do next? A round has passed.
Well, now that we've angered it, I'm not sure we want to turn our backs here, but
Yeah, I'm not sure even going into the other room is viable just for even if we go in that other room to our now left. I hate to come out of it and that ooze decides to be standing around the hallway. Do we want to go back to sort of like that tri-road and take a different path?
You mean go back to the intersection?
Yeah, sort of that intersection, try a different route. We want to try that.
I could try to cast. I could try to cast alarm on the door.
that's probably a good idea.
And that way, if anything passes through the threshold,
Go for
we'll
it.
know it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. Let's see. That's a tier 1. Easy.
Nice. All right, you cast alarm on it, so you'll know if this door opens.
Cool. And just to let everyone know, we are halfway through our torch. 30 minutes in.
Okay. Do we want to forego that door there on the left as we come back up, or go back to the intersection then?
Actually, with that alarm, I kind of like that as sort of like a fail-safe, so I actually feel way more comfortable checking out that door to our left right now, if we want to do it.
Okay. What do you do with the door?
You're listening in on it? See if we hear anything.
All right, that will be a second round. Jurdis, if you want to listen, you can do that. Oh, Jurdis, would you like to listen to the door? You'd have advantage luck if you want to. Talion?
Oh, it's me again, is it?
Well, it's totally up to you. They were saying, should you all listen at the door?
Yeah. Well, I will do some listening then.
Oof. Okay. You don't hear anything.
And it is advantage, though, isn't it?
It is the advantage and disadvantage. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I got 11 and 5.
Okay. Yeah, you do not hear anything behind the door.
So want to try to open it anyway?
Yeah. After not hearing anything for a while, I will try and open it as slowly as possible.
Okay. A round passes. Several things happen.
Uh-oh.
Anybody have a high charisma mod?
No.
I'm
No,
plus
+3.
1.
Plus
Very
one?
clearly.
Yeah, +3.
Plus 3? Oh, wow. Okay.
That works.
Mine's a -3.
A couple of things happen as you open the door. I'll describe what you see. This is also a small room, about 10 by 10 feet, 15 feet high, and it is covered with shields. These shields are from all manner of lands, not just the frozen north. Albion, you see mythical shields from lands and peoples you have only vaguely heard of. Some you do not recognize at all. You also see a single femur bone, a big long leg bone, laying right in the center of the room. There is a circular stone shield that is made in the same manner of the weapons in the casket, that is mounted kind of center place among the shields on the far wall. What languages do you all speak?
Sylvan and Common,
Sylvan,
whatever
Common,
Goblin.
Common.
Common.
I've got a wizard. I've got quite a few. Let's see.
Actually,
Common, Draconian, Dwarvish, Elvish, Primordial, Sylvan.
Okay. You recognize the shield style and writing, Torden. This is in the ancient language of 𝕬𝖃𝖗𝖗. It says, "Eternal treasure lies within," in runes. And the shield is obviously in Dwarven style. There's a door on the north edge of the room, and anyways, you also hear something at the edge of your light behind you, this way. You hear scuttling noises again, and squeaking, and then finally crunching and snapping, and then the stone wall. It's like thump, like a loud thud, and then you hear like squeaking, and then some loud cracking noises, and then it sounds like something being pulled apart, like sinew, and then clattering again and chattering in the dark.
I'm a little bit worried. One of those spiders is running around over there.
Mhm.
So do we want to go check that out as a obvious point of danger that we need to deal with, or do we want to keep ignoring it?
What was the phrase on that shield again?
Eternal treasure lies within.
I will pass that information on to the party.
A round passes.
I mean, we can always come back this way. But
Do we want
Is that
to-
sound getting any closer?
Now
As
that
we-
you stop and listen and a round passes, we've chatted a bit. Yes, the clattering, that clattering, noise of hollow objects clattering against the stone is growing louder, and it's getting closer.
in that case, we should definitely investigate at least up to the junction, because that's our way out.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
It is your way out. And so, yes. You make your way up to this intersection, and you make it about halfway before you stop, as your light is cast on a massive object, nearly taking up the entire width of the corridor and its height. And it snaps and turns towards you. And then it rapidly lunges towards you.
Oh, good.
And now,
Okay. Well,
That's not good.
Mhm.
Or as Torden might say, "Oh my!"
oh my! Where's it at? There we go. All right. You're not surprised. They're not surprised. Everyone roll a dexterity check for initiative.
That's not good.
Oh, this came up as Game Master. I don't know which is any of us. Oh, there we go.
That seems high.
Okay. Does anyone know who got their 20? Is that that's Jorant, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
All right,
Yeah.
so Jorant, you'll start the top of the round. It looks like the monster's going last from the looks of it. And then we'll go around the table. So, Jorant, you can act first.
I have a clear shot on him.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, but fireball.
It's been a while since I've heard that one.
Right?
Nice.
18 plus 5. Yes. Right then. Shit, sorry about that. I meant to roll a couple more of those. 3 more, so let's see. 16, and what was the first die?
The 2.
2? 2.
So 18.
18. It makes an inhuman shriek as you just like cause this massive explosion, and like the entire place shakes, and like the part of the wall crumbles, and the oxygen is like ripped out of the room. You know, it's like there's this narrow space, and everyone like falls to the floor as the oxygen's ripped out of their lungs. And this thing makes a
More warning next time.
Oh, sorry, I haven't used that one in a while.
Oh no! No! How did that happen? I just closed Foundry. Kidding me? I'm sorry. I really want to see it on Foundry. Give me a second. Goodness gracious. Well, it's okay. No, I got it back. Okay. So let's see here. Did that work? It worked. Now, what was the total? 18?
Yes.
Okay, so I got my math a little wrong. Do that. Okay. Now, next is, let's see, next would be 𝖊𝖗𝖗.
This would be near range. In which case, I'm going to.
Yes, sorry.
I'm a +9 to hit. So,
Okay,
does a 24 hit?
It does. Maybe this was a level 3 module. That's fine, though. We're going to have fun. Let's see what this does.
And what does that do? 1d6 plus 4. So 8 damage.
Nice. Okay, it is still not dead. You strike it, and part of its face rips off from where it's burned. It is now wavering, and this is happening. This explosion happens. It gets up. You get up and let off an arrow. Part of its bony face shatters off into bony shards against the wall, but it's still rushing towards you all. And now it is Jurdis's turn.
Okay, I will also loose an arrow at this thing.
Oh, double damage.
I have to re-roll that D8 /8.
Nice.
Okay. What are you shooting it with?
An arrow.
You take off the remainder of its head, and it shatters. You take off its head as it's like slithering towards you. You sever it right at its cranial kind of. It's occiput, and it severs the head, and the head just tumbles down towards your feet, and you have this like gaping, bony snake head that's like 4 feet long.
Nice.
Now, I was actually throwing a spear, so I'm going to have to go after it. And as I do, I'm going to kick at the bones a little bit and see what it was we were dealing with.
Well, you get your spear. There is nothing of value on this thing. This is some sort of animated, horrific, magical monstrosity. And let's see, it is now dead. Let's see. That. Did it?
Magical monstrosity tour.
Would I have in my wanderings have heard of what this thing might possibly be?
What's
As
your occupation? Wizard's apprentice, isn't it?
Wizard. Yes.
Yes,
I'm
you
a
can-
yes. Wizard's apprentice. Wizard class.
So I will answer that obliquely, but you can make a intelligence check at advantage because of your occupation.
Good. I'm gonna need it.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. Only the worshippers and followers of the old gods of chaos can bring about such powers into the world. This is necromancy. It is a forbidden and dark magic. Not even the Fonjater, the peoples for which worship the gods of chaos, like your friend here who is a seer who worships chaos gods. Not even his gods would approve of something like this. In fact, it is profane.
I will pass that information on to the party.
Okay, where do you all go next? A round has passed.
I think let's go in the direction this thing came from, because there's at least one of them's dead, and if it can get here, maybe more can.
When you get up here, you see massive insects, probably, I don't know, 1.5 feet, 2 foot long, maybe bigger. They have been gored, ripped apart.
Could we tell that the damage that had been done to them could possibly be from the thing we just fought?
Obviously so.
Okay.
Oh, I say, they looks
just
like
keep
they've
up.
come to the wrong place.
All right. Another round has passed. What do you all
So that
do?
looks like it's going down some rough stairs into more of a rough tunnel versus something a little bit more polished going north.
Agreed.
That's exactly so. That's actually a great description. These stairs go down into unimproved cavern and earth, just hewn out of the earth. This, however, is flagstone. There are alcoves with closed doors to the left and right above.
Well, there's clearly,
What do you guys think?
there's clearly something in the natural caves, so I think we should check that out first, just to keep our backs open.
Sure.
All right. You go down into the cave and you come to a four-way intersection. It looks familiar. There are stairs leading up the flagstones above into a half-cracked door, and then otherwise stairs that continue to lead down. Although it's not shown here, this actually winds its way down into the dark, and then it continues on into another chamber.
We've come to a decision. 4 ways, 4 heroes.
I vote let's keep going straight.
All right. Let's see here.
Big number 11 on the ground.
Yeah, I hope that's okay. I didn't
No,
want
it's
to.
fine,
I didn't
of
want to get rid of
course.
the numbers. They're just numbers. They don't mean anything. So let's see here. A long, narrow room with open hallways at either end. It's dusty. Once fine tapestries hang on the walls here, each depicting a scene from a family's history. They're in a stylized manner, obviously depicting the small, stout peoples that you found inside of the coffins. You see a war. The war is against strangely lithe, inhuman humanoids, nearly opposite in style to these short, stout, and wide ones. And you can see this war and also scenes of constructing this keep and exploring the caves beneath it.
Some sort of history, I imagine. A strange one at that.
How old are these tapestries?
Ancient. Incredibly well made. You think that they even thread metals into the fabric, if not actually it being made of that. Mostly well kept.
Would they themselves, do you think, fetch a price?
Yeah, absolutely. You could probably get a few gold from these tapestries. It would take you all to carry them.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a pretty decent stash of stuff at the casket, so I don't think dragging these around is
No.
worth the effort.
I'd like to look behind them.
Okay.
See if they're hiding anything.
You check behind the tapestries, and it doesn't look like they're hiding anything. You don't see anything else of note other than the tapestries in the room. The walls all look normal, and there doesn't seem to be anything. The ceiling appears contiguous with no cracks or holes, etc.
How is our torch doing?
We are at just about 11 minutes.
Should we press forward?
I guess so.
I guess so.
A round passes. You come to another intersection. You can see alcoves, earthen pathways, but also a chamber. Here are another of those two large insects, also gored, ripped apart. They smell horrible. You can see into this chamber from here. And so I'll describe what you can see from where you are. These are images, obviously of some deity of these people. There are sepulchres, arranged obviously in some form of hierarchy along the walls. And there are 3 large pillars in this larger chamber, an arched ceiling 15 feet high, and you can see carved into the stone similar scenes of battle that you saw on the tapestries. Except these are against all manner of foes, and different like wall to wall. In some cases, the lithe, alien sort of humanoids. In other cases, what are obviously trolls, or the famous demonized mutant people known as the orcs. And even in some giants. Multiple times, you can clearly a giant, and then little tiny these things in the images. There are 2 granite statues nearly 10 feet tall that stand on the east end of the hall, and they show these figures that you found in the caskets. Stout humanoids in full plate armor, one holding a mighty warhammer, and another one a scythe.
Oh.
It looked like this casket is partially open, and it looked like either those things were trying to get out of it or into it.
What, the 2 bugs?
Yep.
I'm going to walk over and have a look inside the casket then.
Okay. It's made of brass. This corpse, there is a corpse in here, another stout and short humanoid. has suffered the same punishment as one of the others you've seen. It is missing a head as well. And it also has on it a unique object that's obvious to you. It's clear the bugs were probably not going to get anything interesting, but you see a leather scroll case in excellent condition here.
I will turn to our wizard and say something in here that might be of interest to you.
Oh, yes. Let me gander. What do we have here?
You take a look at the scroll.
Sure. Is it a leather? It's a scroll case, so I'll look inside. Does it contain a scroll?
It does. You open the scroll case and you can immediately see portions of the text on the vellum. These are runes written in the language of the 𝕬𝖃𝖗𝖗. This is a scroll of animate dead.
Yes, might come in handy and in a tomb.
A round passes.
I will tuck the scroll away, and if no one objects.
Go ahead.
Right.
What do you all do next?
The alcove there to the north, does it have anything in it, or is it just an extension of the room?
No, each of the alcoves does have another of these coffins.
Well, then I would like to look at this one.
Okay. Does everyone want to check a coffin? It would take a round.
Yeah.
Or 4 coffins.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
It's almost as if there'll be chaotic footsteps leading in different directions.
So let's start with Jurdis. Jurdis, you see a simple pine box. But when you open it, you find another one of these people that suffered the horrible fate of the others. And another fantastic object clearly clutched in its bony hands. It is a small stone bowl. It gives off a faint 𝕬𝖃𝖗𝖃.
I will. Do I want to pick it up, or do I get the wizard to? Yeah, I'll leave it for now.
All right.
So, does it look like their heads, like their skull was taken away, or does it look like their heads were cut
Decapitated.
during?
Yes.
So they were and then buried without the head.
That's right.
An awfully strange ritual, if you ask me.
Torden, you see a solid silver casket, and within is another decapitated one of these people that suffered this this fate. A beautifully wrought dagger, clearly not merely of iron, and made from these people, their finest make. The handle is made of bone. The image is an image of a naked, androgynous, lithe, strange alien humanoid, like the enemies you see in their war scenes on the walls. It also has a faint glow. And then, let's see here.
I'm also, just so there's a bit of overlap, I'm going to refresh my torch.
Okay.
All right. I'll reset the timer.
No.
Oh.
No. It rides with the timer you're on. It's the cost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, let's see here.
No, as in I'm lighting a new torch to start the new timer.
Oh.
Like the other one is close enough to useless. I'm starting using a new torch rather than having 2 light sources, if that makes sense.
I see.
There was like 2 minutes left on my timer, so
you don't want it to go out and be in the dark. As we finish a round. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. If you could start the timer, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure. Yep.
Let's see. This is Talez, by the way. You see a silver casket, and within is a corpse. It is not beheaded, and it has 30 gold pieces of shimmering jewelry, necklaces and rings with rubies, gold and platinum. Altogether, 30 gold pieces worth. And
my character was a jeweler. Is there anything that I might be able to glean from it?
Yeah, this stuff is of incredible worth, and there's no trick. This is absolutely fine jewelry. 30 gold pieces, and that would be conservative. You think if you found a good buyer, you could make more.
No.
And then lastly, let's see, I think 𝕬𝖃𝖗𝖗. You see an iron coffin. This corpse is facing down. On its body is silver jewelry worth about 20 silver coins worth.
Okay.
A round has passed.
These small folk have some strange burial habits, to say the least.
So after I've checked my one, I will call over to got the wizard's name. Call over to our wizard, Torden.
Torden the Unbound.
This seems to be in your wheelhouse. There's a stone bowl here that seems to glow slightly. Can you shed any light on it? Did you see that pun?
I will cast detect magic.
It is you don't have to cast it. It is obviously magical. It has a light glow to it. You could make a intelligence check, or you could attempt to detect magic if you get a higher bonus for it. If you want to use the spell, detect magic will tell you exactly what it is.
I would like to try to detect magic.
You could do that. Oh no!
And I fail miserably.
Well, clearly, it must be worth something.
Right. There's the way you came in.
Oh, and I burned that spell.
Yeah. There's one way, another way out ahead that you can see. And then there are 4 more alcoves that you can see in this room. Otherwise, there's nothing obvious about the room that you can see.
As in, there's 4 more caskets.
There are 4 more if you want to use another round.
Well, I mean, we got a fair amount of decent stuff this round. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Very well.
I agree.
All right, I'm going to start at 𝕬𝖃𝖗𝖗 this time. 𝕬𝖃𝖗𝖗, you see a silver casket. I'm going to get back to you.
Uh-oh.
The next person is Jurdis. Jurdis, you see a leather sack. There's no casket here. Just a leather sack in the corner. And within, this is grotesque, stuffed within is the bony remains of some other humanoid that's been stuffed in the sack. And he has something glowing on him.
Strange burial habits indeed.
It's another scroll case.
Oh, yeah, I'll pull that out and pass it on to the wizard.
It's It's on a. I think the wizard would automatically know this. The scroll case is extremely valuable in its own right, probably worth 30 gold pieces, because it is made of dragon skin. And the way the scroll works is you pull it out, and on the inside, it is tattooed on the skin. And a tattoo person had to actually ink it into the dragon skin. This is... a scroll of burning hands.
All right. I will explain what a good find this is, and that if I would understand if you would want to keep it as a treasure. I don't want to loot your treasure from taking magic from a fellow adventurer.
Well, it's useless in my hands, so I leave it with you for now, and we can debate the relative values of the treasure afterwards.
Reasonable. Talez, you also don't see a casket. You see a leather sack. You open it only to find finger bones. And then, lastly... Torden, this is a gold-plated casket, and this corpse is fully intact, and there is another glowing object on it.
We hit pay dirt here, guys.
Lord.
I mean, whoever said that grave robbing didn't pay off?
This is a vial of liquid. You would either need to pass an intelligence check to know what it is as the wizard. However, as a wizard's apprentice, you could do so at advantage, unless somebody's like an alchemist or something, you could do that. Or you'd have to give it a taste.
I'll take a crack at thinking I might know what it is, but I don't.
Well, you're a wizard. You could roll again. You have advantage as a wizard's apprentice. Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've dealt with these sorts of things. Yes, that's a 13. So, intelligence. That's +3. So I'm good.
Okay. Fascinating. Let's go for it. Ooh. This is a horribly cursed thing. I wonder what it actually tastes and smells like. I can't help it. I gotta know.
Yeah, crack it open and give it a sniff.
So, it is chilly, regardless of if it's held or kept warm. It's always cold. It has a pickled spider floating inside, and and there is a skull marked on the top of the stopper. This, you would know that this causes you to lose the benefits of any benefits. All of them. Any benefits of all levels. But it allows you to select one benefit you have and double its effect. A horrible, cursed potion.
I will offer it up to anyone who wants it after explaining what it is.
2 rounds have passed.
Anyone? Vial of death? Anyone?
I think I'm good. Thank you, sir.
Those are all the caskets. What you all do.
You said
next.
you were going to come back to me.
Oh, that's right. We're going to come back to you. Let's do that. You open a casket. As I described, there is a bloated corpse, bloated nearly to where its features pressurize the corpse and it pops open, or the coffin, it pops open as you open it. It is writhing with something inside of it, and it nearly explodes, and things get all over you.
Oh no! I shouldn't have reminded you.
Let's see here. I gotta look this up.
That's nasty.
Make a wisdom check.
It's just at +0. 60.
Although not completely clear, you know that while these things got on your clothes and disappeared on the ground near you, you don't feel right. Something has gotten inside of you. By the way, these look like, I think, slithering red grubs that are like this long. And they just exploded and slithered around, and then it's obvious that some of them got on your clothes and your armor, and some of them are definitely inside you.
Bye. Cleric, somebody help.
What do you tell them?
I say, cleric, somebody help.
We didn't
They're
bring
under my
the
skin,
cleric.
man. Well, actually, he's been following along with us.
Oh, do we have the cleric too?
Yeah. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Let me put the cleric up here. Talez, or not Talez, but whatever his name is. Maybe I didn't finish putting it. I didn't finish putting his stats in.
The icon you have is for him, Jorant.
Okay, Jorant.
Jorant is he's up there. He's the guy with the portly priest.
Okay. So what does Jorant do?
Good question. I did not prep him, so let me pull his character sheet up.
Okay. A round passes. You take 2 points of damage, Valdemar. Okay. As you look at Valdemar, you can see that veins are starting to appear on his neck, on his face, and his eyes begin to look bloodshot.
Can the priest make an intelligence or a wisdom check to see if he knows what these are, and if he's ever seen anything like this?
I believe the cleric is a chirurgeon, right?
Oh, actually, yes, he is.
So he can do so at advantage.
All right, that'll be helpful. I knew it was a good idea to bring this priest along. Let's see. He's got an 11, and his wisdom is +2.
Great. These are rot grubs. They have an anesthetic, which is probably why they weren't immediately recognized as having burrowed their way into Valdemar. But Valdemar clearly shows the signs of these things burrowing their way into him. The only way to get them out is to draw them out with fire and pain. Immense fire and pain.
I will explain that to Valdemar and the party.
I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Okay. I grit my teeth and bite down on the hilt of my sword and scream a lot.
What do you propose?
Can we? Can I take my dagger and heat it up on the torch, and then stick it on one of these things?
Sure. It will draw them to the surface. It will take immense pain, and it will take doing this a lot of scouring 𝖊𝖗𝖃 to make this happen. You worship Madeira the Covenant. All right. Let's see if 𝖊𝖗𝖃 survives the test. 𝖊𝖗𝖃, you take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Does he live?
He does.
You create this hot brand, and you, as he's biting down and screaming, you push this blade against him, and these things like pop out of his skin from the open burning wound, and pus starts pouring out, and they slither across the floor, and you all stomp them and kill them, the ones that burrowed into him. He is in immense pain and shaking, but these things have exited his body, and you have saved his life.
I have done
Thanks.
nothing. It was Madeira the Covenant. And through her and her power, I have come up with this solution.
And that also made a lot of noise.
I'll
Yes.
bet. I'm not sure if it's. I know I just made my turn, but so if anybody else wants to do anything, but I would love to cast healing on poor.
That will take a
𝖊𝖗𝖃.
round, but everybody else can also do something in that round. For sure, you can cast.
I'm
Makes sense.
relatively robust, so if we need to, like, I'm not even at half. So if we need a round or two, I'm okay. But that would be great. Thank you.
There's no other exits from this building, is there? This room?
There's an exit here, and then the one that you came in.
Oh, I can't see where here is.
Sorry, I'll pan.
Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah, I guess while they're doing that, I will go and have a look. Oops, what did I do there? You did it. Ah,
You go
Back to
take a look, and the edge of your torchlight, the caverns continue on to the north. What does everybody else do? No?
I will attempt to cast healing.
Oh, go for it. Talez,
Successfully.
do you want to do anything?
You said there was like some statues in here, correct?
Yes.
Is there any sort of like obvious things on these kind of statues in terms of maybe some info?
You take a look at the
Something like
statues.
Yeah.
How much would I have recovered, Jarant?
Let's see, a d6, 1d6 plus half my level rounded down. So that's
D6 plus 2.
plus 2.
3. So 3d6. It's a d6 for
Oh, plus-
every. For every.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's 3d6 is what he can. So here we go.
Talez, there are dwarven runes that encircle the hems of the garments of what appear to be great leaders or gods of these people.
I believe somebody, not the wizard, knew Dwarven. I do not speak it, but I'll let him know that there are runes for possible translation on these statues.
Okay. The wizard will go over and read those runes.
Very well. Along the hem of the garment of each, runes encircle them both in a prayer, a invocation, either to these gods or others. Battle, glory, duty, forever. Hatred for the other, forever. Other, in this case, you actually know what that means. This means like Fae. This means like from the other world.
I will pass this information along to the party.
So, having had a moment of clarity there while I was being tortured, just to consider, and forgive me if it's a little meta-y, but so we've come here to do this thing, to retrieve an orb and the value it must have.
The book.
But we've already seen 4 solid gold caskets, which have to weigh a couple 100 pounds each. So this is what, tens of thousands of silver coins? There's something I'm having trouble reconciling all of this with the stuff just lying around still, and nobody having come and carted away huge amounts of silver that's just lying around.
I don't think there's any huge amounts of silver lying around. There was a bag.
Well, I mean, these big silver. I mean, if they are actually really silver,
Right.
silver caskets. I mean, they're each a couple 100 pounds.
Right. Yeah, and there are a couple 100 pounds if sturdy group like you lot were to all carry one out. Yeah, it'd probably be 20, 30 gold pieces worth. Yeah.
It's less the ability for us to get it out and more why is it still here?
Why didn't somebody else carry it out?
Did they make?
We have encountered a couple of dead bodies along the way.
Just things that make me go, and maybe we can consider as we go deeper. I mean, we haven't even explored that much, and we've already found this much.
It is a good point, though, that, so Saramir, the Strange, sent you to find the text of the Grudge, and he will offer you this legendary magical item, the Orb of Scrying, which is the thing that you came to find, if you find the Grudge. But you also have tremendous treasure. You could be like, forget the orb, we're just going to leave. That would be a justifiable choice as well. So there is that. You could just haul out one of these golden caskets worth like 50 gold pieces.
And I'm not saying we should do that right now. I just think it's part of the equation that I don't think we've quite solved yet.
All right. What do you all do next?
Continue north?
All right.
Yeah.
I think so.
You come to an intersection in the cavern. You can see that there are lots of little alcoves. Most of them do not have coffins. Some of them do. But here, it is the earth that has been hollowed out. It continues on, or you can loop back to the left. Which way do you go?
Oh,
Which way smells better?
Good question. Probably this way. It smells like nasty stuff from where you came from, for sure. Acrid stone, sediment, and death this way.
Well, we've had good luck with the coffins we've searched so far. Do we want to search the ones that, the couple that are here?
I'm slightly less than the idea of breaking up these coffins. Sure.
Yeah. Also, I'm concerned about burning our torchlight out.
Yeah, we are at 36 minutes.
If we spend too much time on these, grave robbing.
We search everything. We run out of light to get out. I get you. Do we want to continue on then, or do we want to go to the left?
Let me just ask a quick clarifying question. Is the idea at the end of this session in 45 minutes or so that we're going to return to the inn that we left from, or are we making camp here and we need torches for... So we really need 2 more torches after this?
Well,
Get back out?
I've got.
I do have 2
Four.
torches on me.
I've got 4.
And I do as well.
Mhm.
So we're okay for torches.
All right. The wizard also has a light spell.
A round has passed.
Should we open up a few?
Okay. Let's see. Talez, you see a leather sack in one of them. It has a severed head of one of these beings that has been attached to a straw body and then stuffed in a sack. And it has on it something shimmery, slight glow. It's a spool of thin wire.
Is it sort of like wrapped around sort of the straw body of it?
No, he has it like as an object. It's a spool, and it has
Oh.
really thin, shimmery wire on a spool.
Okay.
And let's see, Jurdis, you see a stone coffin here, and when you open it, there are no bodies. It is another cache of weapons, like the first one that you saw.
Okay.
They are obviously not magical. Is anybody curious about what they are? They're like things like spears and crossbows and short swords and stuff. If you're
Are they,
looking for
like,
one,
Nicer looking
Uh,
ones like the last lot, or are
my-
they just kind of ordinary weapons here?
they are ordinary. But if you're
My guy is a spear guy. I'd take a new and interesting spear.
very well, inside of this is following common weapons. A warhammer, a great sword, a thing of crossbow bolts, and a short bow. And let's see, there is one more of these caskets here. And let's see, 𝖊𝖗𝖗. Wait, did you want to not open one? There's 3 of them. Let's leave
Sure.
𝖊𝖗𝖗 alone on this one, right? Like,
Sure,
let's, let's have Jorant or Jordan. So Jordan, you see a iron coffin, and there is a tremendous amount of gold in here. These are literal gold bricks. It's a 100 gold piece literal brick of gold.
holy.
Yeah, I'll hold it
We've
up.
done. We've done it.
This time I don't open up something and it's filled with gold.
A round has passed.
All right. Does anybody want to? I assume this is going to take up a gear slot. Does anybody want to carry this gold as
Yeah, I can
gold
carry
brick?
Yeah, I
I've
can
got
carry it.
some
I got 4 spots free.
All right, I will pass it off.
All right.
You have about 40 minutes left to try to find the book in order to obtain the orb. Well, 30 minutes, 35 minutes.
Yeah. Well, should we move on? Keep
Keep
going,
pressing
see what we
on.
come across.
East or west?
Let's go west.
Alrighty.
That's in the direction of death spell, though, right?
There are alcoves here that are closed. And then I'll bring you just beyond it so you can see, and then you can decide what to do with the alcoves. More alcoves. And This passage actually continues on to the south. It's obvious that it loops back. Do you want to do anything with the alcoves that are closed?
I guess we want to look as we go through them.
Very well. They each contain a coffin. They're not locked.
Yes, we'll look through the coffins.
Let me see here. Hold on just a second.
Oops.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see here. 1, 2, 5. You find more mundane weapons. You find another severed head in a sack. Also inside of the sack, a pair of leather jackboots with metal spiked toe caps. But they're sized to fit someone with really big feet. You also find a corpse that has... Whoops. Uh-oh. There we go. 10 silver pieces worth of jewelry on it. Another severed head. This time in a casket. And it has...
Oh, shit.
a book. It's clasped shut, beautifully bound, black, stamped in brass. The wizard would recognize the title. It says "The Passage of Days."
Passage of Days. Some sort of... Can I look in the book?
Sure. And the last coffin has another collection of mundane weapons. You open the book, and it is all written in the language of the Dverg. Inside, they detail their immense obsession with using the undead for their armies, summoning demons of chaos, and general depravity, all to fuel their immense hatred for the things in the other world, especially the elf people.
All right. I will convey this message as I'm flipping through it to the group. Oh, these people seem like they've really got it out for the... I don't know what their problem is.
All right.
I guess I'll take the book.
All right.
Put it in my pack. Unless anyone else wants a book of depravity.
I'm full up.
The other passage loops back. This one continues on, so it takes 2 full rounds. And then you come to a door.
What kind of door is it?
All of these doors are stone and reinforced with iron, and most of them are decorated, and they're chiseled with carvings into the stone.
Or still be able to listen through the other side by chance?
Sure. It would take a round.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay.
Is that wisdom check here?
Yeah.
That's 16. That is a dirty 20.
You think you hear scratching and skittering, and a hushed whisper sound, and then silence.
I'll tell the rest of the group on that one. I still want to push through.
Considering like the giant thing we killed, or like the little bugs?
It sounds exactly like a little person scrambling in the dirt and stone, and then pitter patters of feet, tap 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 tap, like bare feet against stone, and then silence.
We still want to head in? I'll
Yeah.
open the door.
Yeah,
Alright.
let's do that.
I'll open the door.
I know you don't go in, but I'm just making it where you can see. You see a statue. 5 crypts line the walls here. 3 are small sarcophagi. It's about 20 by 50 feet room. This is much bigger. 15-foot tall ceiling, supported by 3 sturdy pillars. You've got 3. I'm going to kind of bring you in. I know you didn't come into the room. You can choose later. But against the south wall are 3 alcoves with 3 child-sized coffins. The west wall has 5 crypts. 4 are sealed. 1 was obviously looted. An 8-foot-tall statue of a only vaguely female dwarf in long robes holds an open book on the north wall.
Well, we're here to get a book, aren't we? Is it
Sure.
the book? It's a real book or a statue book?
It's a
That makes
statue
sense.
book, yeah.
Okay.
Can I investigate the statue and see if it's got any secrets, like trapdoors or hidden panels or anything behind it? Is it movable?
Sure. This takes a second round. If anybody wants to take other actions in the second round, you can let me know.
I'm just gonna keep an eye behind us because we heard something in here, so I want to keep an eye out down in the
Sure.
further down the hall here.
Okay. Torden, when you examine the statue, you can see that there is chiseled text in Verg in the book, and it says, "Let the children sleep."
Let the children sleep. I agree. Tried to explain that to my wife, and that's why I'm single now.
All right. What else would you like
All right,
to do in this room?
I will pass that information on to the group.
You said there was a crypt on the west side. That seems like something. One of them was opened, you said?
There are 5. 1 has been cracked open. The others, yeah.
Let's go check out the one that's been opened.
Okay. It's been looted. Someone has come through here and opened it and taken its contents.
Ah, that answers 𝖊𝖗𝖃 question.
Oh, should we check out the other ones that haven't been looted yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. There's 4, so if everybody takes one, we'll start at the top here. 𝖊𝖗𝖃. You see a silver-plated casket. It has a corpse that has 60 silver pieces worth of jewelry on it. Oops, that's not what I want. Jerdis, you see a solid silver casket. Again, yes, very, very expensive. And it has a corpse in it. And it likewise has a glowing object inside. Oh, fascinating. This glowing object is an eye patch over the corpse's rotted skull. It also is made of silver. Even the band that keeps it to the skull is made of a stretchy silver band of some make that makes it adhere to the skull. And you don't know what it does.
Well, I stick it in my pocket anyway.
All right. Very well. Let me write that down.
Picking up all the magical trinkets.
Yeah, these people just seem to leave them lying around, lying about.
Yeah. Well, I've got the bowl of eternal soup. And now eye patch of eternal sleeping.
Oh, I can't wait to tell you about that. Remind me when we're done here what that does. Okay. So let's see. The next person is 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖈𝖗. 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖈𝖗, you find a pine box, and inside the pine box is a corpse that has 10 gold pieces worth of jewelry. And lastly, 7 and 4 for Torden. You find a brass coffin with a corpse face down. Still on its corpse on the front are 40 silver pieces worth of jewelry.
All right.
What do you all do next? A round has passed.
Any other entrances or exits outside of the one that we came through?
Yeah, there's 2 of them. There's one here, and then you can also see 2 other doors. One right here, and one right here.
It looks like the other side of the room has doors or windows or alcoves.
Yes, there are 3 infant-sized alcoves there. Would you like to examine them?
Yes, I think I would.
Very well.
Actually,
Now, I will say we can examine them, but based on the reading from the other side of the room that said "let the children sleep," opening these, I don't know, is the best
Yep.
idea.
bad idea, yeah. I had the same thought.
Okay. There are 3 alcoves here. Inside are 3 beautiful coffins that are small child or infant-sized.
Any writing runes or anything written on the outside?
Just filigree and carvings, just like all the other coffins.
And have these been disturbed recently?
No.
Are they covered in dust? Is there, yeah.
Yeah.
Any sign that there's any sort of like lock mechanism on them?
Yeah. So, in fact, there is not. These simply have a simple hasp and pin.
A hasp and pin on the outside?
Yes. One of them does not have a pin in it.
Curious.
Is it on the floor anywhere?
You search around?
Yeah.
Okay. All of this takes a round as you guys examine these and then search for the pin, but you do find a pin nearby.
Well, someone obviously opened one of these. It can't be too dangerous.
Should we look in the one that's been
I
opened?
don't know. Despite the warning on the other side of the room, we're not the greatest explorers and dungeon crawlers if we at least don't attempt this. What do y'all say about opening them anyway?
Well, that's why let's open the one that appears to have already been opened and see what happens. We'll see what we find.
Who opens it?
Jurdis will do that.
Jurdis. All right. Roll a wisdom check, Jurdis.
Uh-oh. Oh, where's my mouse pointer there? That would be a 11. Yeah. Does he get eaten by?
Something pops out of this immediately and attaches to your face.
Uh-oh.
Where's Jurdis?
A face hugger.
Jurdis, there it is. I'm going to separate Jurdis out and activate. This looks like a Cabbage Patch baby, except its face is rotting. It immediately sinks its mouth into the side of your cheek on your face. It has surprise and advantage. 18, I think, hits. I think 18 hits. You might have like a 19.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, there's something up with Foundry because it's giving me like a dex of 22, and my, I mean, my AC is 17. The way I calculated it. It's also given me too many talent rolls. I think that's where it's getting the crazy AC from.
Let's see. You take
Baby.
just one damage as it sinks its teeth into your face, and then you also lose 2 Constitution.
Ouch.
Oh.
And this thing is attached to his face. What does everybody do?
Scream.
By the gods, what is that? Like,
Oh my God.
whose idea was it to open this thing?
Yeah. So
Well, I think
If
somebody's
only
got to
somebody
try
had
to.
written it in a really big book that we shouldn't
Yeah.
have the children.
Yeah, on the other side of the room.
No.
So Jurdis is gonna try and grab the side of the baby skull, like squeeze it and pull it away, trying to get it off his face.
Okay. Yeah, make a strength check.
11.
It remains attached to your face. What does everybody else do? You guys have seconds to act, or it's going to do stuff again.
I'll attempt to rip it off.
All right. Everybody can just make an attack if you're going to try to, like, everybody's wrestling, trying to get this thing off of your friend's face. You know, you can make your attacks. I'm sorry, I should have given you your... Actually, you can apply your attack bonus, Jurdis, to that if that hits.
I don't think it makes a difference there.
Okay, no problem.
You do have the luck token if you want to re-roll it, so I can help the people out if they want to do that.
All right.
Oh, right.
Everybody roll your attacks and see if you can get this thing off his face.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can swat it with a
Oh, no. Oh, good.
with my staff.
Okay.
Which
All right, those are 2. That does hit. A 15 does hit.
yeah, okay. Big D4 plus 2. 4 points.
4 points. Okay. All right, anybody else?
Yeah, I guess I will. Hold on.
Oh, wait. That is a magical weapon, right? Yeah, it is.
Yes.
That's actually a 12.
A 12 does hit. Is it a magic weapon?
It is.
All right, roll for damage.
That's actually a 10.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you start trying to beat this thing off your friend's face like a big tick. And let's see. Is that everybody? All right, it's going to do its thing. It says 2 bite. I don't have that wrong. No, it's D8. Okay. Let's see. Jerdis, you take 8 damage. And you see as like parts of this get ripped off, where you hit it, 𝕬𝖃𝖊𝖗, as it bites into his face again, it grows back. And it, like, you can see it's like flesh just like growing back as it draws blood from your friend's face.
Okay, we got to try to pull this thing off and get it back in its own casket and get that pin in there.
Sounds like a good plan.
That was the first bite.
Uh-oh.
The second one, I think, barely hits, right? 18? 17?
That'll miss.
Misses.
17 is the AC, so I think it'll hit if it meets the armor class.
18, yeah. Meet or exceed. You take 3 more damage. And
That's
this
me
thing,
down.
you can roll your D4 plus con.
Which is now 0.
You got 1 turn to try to restore him. Also, this thing.
Have you dropped to 0?
Yeah.
This
shit.
This thing grows back entirely, hops off his face, and then tries to jump to the next person. To 𝕬𝖃𝖊𝖗.
Ugh.
And let's see. That's its turn, though. Everybody can try to fight it or do what you want with it.
What I would really like to do is spear it through enough that I can pick it up at the end of my spear.
If you crit, you can do that. It will happen. It'll
If
stick
I
on the
crit.
end of its spear.
All right, well, worth a try.
Everybody else, if you're going to attack it, roll your dice.
Oh, that almost landed on that 20. So
You
yeah,
got the
that
luck
was a
token.
16.
You got the
I
luck
do have a
tokens
luck
if you want.
token.
16 does
Try
hit.
it.
Try that again. Luck
you-
token,
yeah,
so I'm
you
going to
can
try
use
it
your luck
again.
token, sure. If no one else is attacking, I'm going to move on. Otherwise, you should check your dice.
Oh,
So I got 24.
That does hit. You can
And
roll for
I-
damage.
I did 9 points damage.
Okay.
Boom!
Oh, a nat 20. All right, the same applies to you. What kind of weapon do you have?
I have a staff.
Okay, you ram it into its mouth, and it's like stuck on the end of it like a trout.
An excellent idea! Now what do I do with it?
Yeah, all right. He's swinging it around the room.
Get it off!
So you do have the thing on the thing. You can roll for
back in
damage.
his coffin. Back in his
Yeah,
coffin.
hold the coffin open, jam it in there.
You can roll your double damage, and also 𝕬𝖃𝖊𝖗, you can roll for damage. Oh wait, actually, if somebody doesn't help, I should clarify here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Some-
help.
Yeah, somebody,
Said.
and in fact, Jorant,
I still
just
have
to throw this
Jordan.
out here, he has a chirurgeon. He does it at advantage because he's a chirurgeon.
Yeah, I'll definitely. Jordan, that was going to be my next. I wanted to wait till everyone had done their things because I got 2 characters that I'm
Okay.
juggling here, and
Yeah.
but Jordan will definitely rush to him and attempt to revive him.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. I'm gonna give
This
this
will teach
thing.
him to roll 1 hit point on 3 level ups.
All right, all right, it worked. Okay, so you can I think he's back. What is the rule? Back with 1 hit point and unconscious right now or something?
I think it's 0. He's the
Stabilized,
spell
like he's not gonna die.
stabilizes at 0.
Okay.
But on my next turn, I will cast healing.
Okay. So meanwhile, this thing is going to try to get off the stick from the magic guy, and
I did 8 points of damage, by the way.
Okay.
With the double damage.
You spirit through, and I think that will actually destroy it and cut it in half. And then you can take the bits that are writhing around, throw it in the casket, which is clearly empty and has no treasure, and then secure the casket.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
And so here you are. It's in the casket. It's dead, and your friend is unconscious. Now, I forgot to roll for Constitution. I think maybe it was just one time though. Let me check. It says no. Okay. How many times did I hit? You know? 2 more times?
I think it was 3 total, because it was the first hit when it attached, and then it was 2 bites after that, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. All right. Let's see. Jurdis, you are down 5 Constitution. But otherwise, you are unconscious. What do you all do? This also made noise.
Jordan will definitely cast Cure Wounds on is it Jurdis?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna light one of my torches, because we're down to just about 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the last one. So I'm gonna put out the one that we have and then use one of mine.
Okay. All right.
I rolled a 13, so he's good.
Nice.
So that's, you said 3d6?
3d6, yeah. I'll bring that up here. Oh, you got it.
All right. Up 7 hit points. Okay. You guys have a little bit of time left. Horrified and exhausted. Do you want to try anywhere else to try to find this book?
Definitely not in one of the others. Coffins.
You don't want to try with the other 2 coffins?
You know,
I mean, it might be in there.
It is true.
Yeah, I guess the 2 doors just off to the left and right here. That'll be not a lot much more time than that.
All right, I'll open those just to show you. This one winds its way off into the darkness. A long ways. I'll show you. This will take a round. This actually, what this does is it actually. Actually, I don't really know what that is, to be honest with you. What is that? Oh, there is a dais here. I'm sorry, there's a door here. It is a ornate door. Obviously, whatever coffin is behind this is important. The other door, I will tell you, loops back. But there was a unopened door that way that you didn't check, but it otherwise loops back to where you slew the 𝕬𝖋𝖍𝖈𝖗.
I say we should
What do you think?
Ornate.
Important door?
Ornate door? Important door.
that sounds like a good plan.
You, all right. At the top of a narrow, rough-hewn staircase stands a formidable door of iron and stone. You open it. It has on it a strange symbol of circles and runes. Above the door, it says, "Herein lies Edna Stonefell." The wizard would know this. "The best of us, the worst of us, disturb her not." Should I guess I read that. Do you want to still open it?
I will read that to the party. This is disturb her not. The best and the worst. Worse than that child.
All right.
Demon child.
You guys want to open it?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, you open it. Let's see what happens. Suddenly, something snuffs out your light. A wind. Not only does that happen, but you're surrounded by something. A gas. It's all around you.
Gas.
Putrid. When you can see it just in front of your eyes, it's yellow. Like yellow is all around you. Your eyes water, you choke. You're blinded. Each of you takes 7 damage.
Oh, someone's unconscious again.
Oh, shit.
And then you hear screaming. There we go. And you hear sliding and something coming into the gas.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. It says level 9 or less. Okay. You are choking, clawing the ground. One of your friends falls unconscious. Something is coming towards you. What do you all do? And it's pitch black dark.
I cast light.
You cast light. Go ahead and try.
It's off.
And I fail.
It fails.
You got a luck token?
Oh, yes, I do have a luck token. I'll burn it,
Let's do it.
because we really need this light.
There we go.
Ah.
That works. In front of you, an elder vampire. Towering over your prone bodies, enraged, her voice echoing in multiple worlds as you awaken her from her multiple century slumber. And your friend unconscious on the ground, you are all still choking, you can barely see. I should say you can just see her, you are otherwise all blinded.
Does that give another disadvantage for casting spells by chance?
You should be at disadvantage for anything requiring sight. Attacking, spells, everything.
Okay.
Should
And is
we
that
run?
just from the impossible?
Yeah,
I've got to
we
pick
can-
up my body too. I'm assuming it's the gas that's choking us out,
Yes.
right? For blinding.
That's right. What do you all do? You have seconds to decide before I let her do things.
Is she still behind the door?
She's right next to you. She's like danger close.
Oh, okay.
She's
Oh,
right there.
gotcha. Okay.
Who's down?
Jordan.
Jordan?
I don't remember.
Artis?
Jordis, that's it. Can't even remember my own character's name.
Yeah, because I'm Jorant, and you're Jordis, I think. Yeah, too many
You guys have
names, so
about
she's similar.
15 seconds
I'm
before I
gonna-
have her
I'm
adjust.
gonna try to cast out creatures. Let's see. You turn a creature aside, throwing it out of your presence. Choose a creature you can see. Well, I'll attempt to. For the duration, that creature cannot come within near range of you. So they can still attack. So I'm
It
going
says
to attempt to cast that. Yeah.
So,
So can I not see
disadvantage.
her at all? Disadvantage?
Yeah.
On? That's fair.
This will be a round. Nice.
13.
So this makes her
That's a
cast her out of
17.
sight, right?
Yes.
Okay. And
Yeah.
she doesn't have a save?
No, this is a focus, so I guess I have to keep on doing it, but there is no save, but she can still attack me,
Then-
but only from outside near range.
Yeah, that's
so
okay.
she's
So
got
you,
some-
you throw her against the far wall with your magic. You say some words, throw her against the far wall. You all have moments to escape from what happens as you clamber across the floor and drag your companion.
Yeah,
Running
Jordan.
away.
Jordan will grab our companion and drag him.
Now, there's a problem here. We have two things to check. Let's see here. I got 1 minute. Jurdis, could you please roll your... So I don't think you have a con bonus anymore, so D4. It's just a D4.
Yeah,
think.
I rolled 2, but it leaves me with just one round to do it because it's con bonus minimum 1. So
All right, and then Jorant, could you attempt to
2.
stabilize him? That's what you'll need to do.
Yeah, he gets
Yes.
one chance to do that.
Do you have a luck token?
I can give him mine. Luck tokens can
'Cause
pass.
he's a seer.
People.
And,
Yes.
Or you have the... Okay, sure, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I'm going to need it. All right, that should do it.
Your friend
13 plus
survives.
4.
You all managed to survive with quite a bit of treasure, but you failed to find the ancient book. Instead, a horror that you awoke in the earth. Something terrible will come to this village as the underworld, as the Shadowdark awakens, and a group of adventurers probably just leaves town. We're out of time, so that'll be the end of the adventure. Mythic Mountains RPG is a private online play club that focuses on folk RPGs. Folk RPGs are the games that belong to all of us. They're what actually happens at a table between friends. It's their voice that has the authority on what is fun and what works for them. Weekly, we upload our games to allow others to sit in with us. The channel isn't monetized. We don't own the artwork, music, software, or games shown in these actual plays, and you can find links to their authors in the description. Like, subscribe, and share if you wish, or don't. Just like games in person, you're welcome to pull up a chair, sit in, and watch some of our games. No performances, no fancy equipment, just regular people playing folk pencil and paper role-playing games and having a good time. We hope these games will prove a source of enjoyment to anyone just wanting to listen in, anyone looking for examples of how actual groups run and play folk RPGs, and most importantly, if you haven't found your group yet, you're welcome here at ours.